find out.
Woo. Let's get weird, buddy. Let's get weird.
Guys, where are we?
Well, if there's a bright center to the universe, you're on the planet that it's farthest from.
Welcome to the Outer Rim. Enjoy your stay. I decided to go into pull out a USB stick and look through intros and thought Wolverine punches Cyclops in the stomach. That's a good one.
You know, man, you got to end the year on a high note.
Well, is that
especially a year
large
like
Marge? I had the large Marge where her face goes all blah, 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 blah.
That scene haunted me for years as a kid.
Oh, we once freeze framed it while she was changing, and we found one that looked so haunting that it's meant to. Like it's why I still consider that movie to be like so high up there in my favorite movies of all time. Just from like what it did to me. Hi folks. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be talking as long as it works.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm in my office in the basement of the Federal Bureau of Idiocy. Darrin, I see you have transported yourself back to 1969.
I'm going full Dr. Gonzo, man. It's the only way to try and put this year in perspective is assuming that you're on copious amounts of drugs, or perhaps the only way to actually deal with a year like this. I'm not sure, but just figure out how to channel that point of view here.
Well, yeah,
it's been crazy, man. It's been fucking crazy.
So this is our year-end video, and if I'm low energy, it's because it's been a really long day in a really long year, and a surprisingly fast month.
Oh, yes. Agreed.
Thanksgiving and Christmas blew right by. So this is our 2025 stream for those couple of people that watch it after it's over. Because, I mean, I didn't even bother making a thumbnail. This is just, there's a title in there, and one day I'll see it and go, oh, 2025, you know. So
this is how things were going.
This is just maybe we'll see where this goes. Again, we're going to talk as long as it works. Who decided the year should begin in the middle of winter? Well, I don't know. But how about a tonsil? But I was to go off of your thing right away.
Yeah.
We're at the end of our year. We can. I'm going to ask you a very simple question then. Man, because we really need because we need him. And unlike George Carlin, right? Mm-hmm. George wasn't looking to leave.
Right.
And he's just gone because his body fucked off on him. Hunter, on the other hand, took a way out that, hey, look, you know, everybody, I think, has the right to whatever, you know, like, I think people get the gist of what I'm
saying. Sure.
But we really need people like Hunter right now, and what he could have been saying over the past 10. What do you like? Can you imagine would have
this would have been honestly an astounding commentary for someone like Hunter Thompson, who had railed so much against the corruption of Nixon and everything associated with that, to now be coming up with a re-rise of Trumpism. No, this would be an astounding level of cut, man. Rolling Stone would be over the moon with what they could be getting out of Hunter Thompson at this point. But he was a man of his times, and all that we can do is kind of like Carlin, take those lessons and try and bring them forward as much as possible. But no, we're missing commentaries like we did back in the day. I don't know who else that we had who was like that.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of my claims to fame when I was younger, was I had every Hunter as I was like, I knew it wasn't, even if it wasn't from like an academic. Like if it's not said by somebody who's gone to some school of whatever, that a lot of people's things that we say are just kind of so he comes from that time when you could just be a regular guy, something, oh my god, now we're so I want to say hello, since that'll brighten the. This is already like turning into like the end of like the Star Trek episode where it's like, hey, you know what? Here's a candy bar. Candy bar is cursed.
Oh,
Well,
we tried to stay positive for like 2 seconds right there. By the way, awesome people in the chat now. Devra, Mama Bear, yes. Hunter did talk about very much in Fear and Loathing about the whole country becoming circus if the Nazis came back in power. Exactly. And then we had Bill in the chat also. So Deborah, nice. Nice.
It's so weird that like somebody that was busy in the other room here. My sister's name is here and friends, and I'm quite that one. It's a different relationship. It's just two Desi's in your life. It's kind of interesting.
It's gonna be Desi 1 or Desi 2, whether you get to use the first initial, the last name. We had Steve's back when I was in elementary school. Steve and Steven. Yeah.
I was trying to think of like usual topics because we're doing the more pop culture-y thing over here and talking about the world and stuff. Well, it's just gonna be a conversation, a series of things to talk about and stuff. Because I don't want to do the doom and gloom. Because
no, let's keep it up. I agree.
So movies that we've seen, like going backwards, just to go the other way around. Oh, okay. We can start. I'll start, and like I'll pick a movie, and because I don't know if you have a list or anything of things you want to talk about. But okay,
I did, man. I'm freewheeling it. Yeah. No, what?
Okay. Did you see Wake Up Dead Man?
Yes, just watched it last night, actually.
The Knives Out movie. Okay, yeah. So we just watched it too. Okay. What did you think of Wake Up Dead Man? Well, this might as well, because these are our little reviews. This is our chance to like quickly give
potential spoilers with our discussion, folks, for the Knives Out number 3, Wake Up Dead Man. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it much more than I did the second one. My wife actually liked it more than the first one. I liked it. I think I still like the first one just because there's so many unexpected directions, and Chris Evans is just deliciously evil in that, which is just such a great little twist. But no, I really, really enjoyed how it was told. Loved the pacing. They just kind of jump right in with it. Yeah, I am like all about for more Benoit Blanc mysteries. What did you think? How did it compare for you?
Well, we talked about kind of almost got like pre-prepared, but like in Johnson's first one, I thought was a like again, I think even he says that it's kind of an answer to the criticism of The Last Jedi
Sure.
and our subversion of expectations, and that it's pretty clear in Knives Out. Everything is really right there. There's not much of a mystery to it. They do things in a way to make you go, ooh, we're thing, but it's all as plain as the nose on your face.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was really good, and there was an interesting cast of characters. Short amount of time that they had, they really do make an impression. Love the second one. I fucking love it. Because not only does it and gets to give us even more in depth with a lot of these characters and the whole plot and the like way so much more going on.
Mm-hmm.
Commentary on people in power or people with money. They aren't necessarily the smartest people in the room, and they're not necessarily people that, like there's lots of commentary in the second one, and I just loved how an onion that it just, I'm still floored by the second one. The good second one, just I was like, wow. So when they finally made this third one and I saw the cast and I was like, okay, all right, another one, great. But boy, I felt like this one had more of a message than it cared more about what it was saying with the characters than with than the mystery was actually important. Very like nothing compared to what it was trying to talk about with our world, and
Mm-hmm.
by putting like each character, if not a group of people, a way of being, a certain
Right.
type of person, or a almost like a movement. Like this person's the social media, this person's, and by like halfway through it is what it like the acting's all, but I history in this movie. There is no mystery to this movie, or I didn't that it was going. I was paying so much attention to what it was trying to tell me in the that I and like it, but I definitely think it's the lesser of the three,
Okay.
in my opinion. Now, that was just my first viewing.
Sure.
Sometimes my opinion can change after a second, but I was like sitting there watching it, just kind of like, and in some ways, this movie almost makes fun of its own way that it's gone. This is going to be the moment where I do this, and I think also, I think it just is I might have the subject matter watching it now while I'm already kind of like at the end of my I am done mentally with this
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And I
Sure.
think that watching this also was just kind of like like I don't already know this Ryan Johnson. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, and so it's like you know what I mean? Like maybe it would have been made a couple of years ago, but either way, it was like, and it's well made, well directed, well acted, and everything. My only thing is what I just said. I care less about the mystery than what it was trying to say about everything. And I think that the second one did both perfectly,
Yeah.
or is almost perfectly.
Yeah, I wasn't as big a fan of the second, and I appreciated all that it was trying to do and a lot of the layers, the representation. For me, it was just, it felt almost too busy or too clever. It was just, and again, it could have just been one of those things where, and this may have been the mood that I was in, but it just bugged me a little bit more than I know that it did for other people. So, and I think this one just, the way everything flowed just brought me into the story a little bit. So I think that might have been the difference just of how I saw the second, the third one.
Yeah, the huge topic of this also had some impact on me where I'm just like, "Ugh, I really hate talking about, like I even though I say that I'm drawn to a lot of things that like a lot of religious overtones,
Mm-hmm.
however you want to put it. I gotta keep looking at the chat here so I don't get too far back. I so need to see that. I love the Benoit Blanc series. The original is my fave. From a film nerd perspective, it is so technically perfect. The second was just fun, so need to see the newest. First one, the best. The second was mildly cartoonish. The characters felt far more caricature than the first. Wait, it is fun. Yeah, I don't know. I maybe that about it was just the again. I think also the topic of the really can affect you too. If you're like really like, because there was so much about well, but not just billionaires, but celebrity in there, and again, social media. That I think that maybe it was more like in my wheelhouse movie than in
Mm-hmm.
like. But anyway, that was our feelings on Wake Up Dead Man. We just saw it. I again, I'll so I mean that's something. If I said I'll never want to watch that movie, I'll absolutely want to see it again to see glean maybe some more. But that was just first impression.
Sure.
Um, I didn't Supreme. I know that Rena saw Marty Supreme and said it was really good. Okay, we both battle after another.
Oh,
Okay, you go ahead. Back to you about this, and
that
I'll leave.
that man, that movie is a journey. It's so funny because it's like, to me, the first act is like the first half of the film. It's so weird how it's set up because so much, to me, the film proper is like basically, once the kid gets kidnapped and he's got to go and do that whole bit, that's kind of like the big meat of it. But like the whole setup of this is like almost a mini movie before the whole movie starts. Again, just for me, how I was watching it. And because of that, the pacing on this is just, it really just kind of keeps going. And then when it grabs you, it doesn't let go. The music is like nonstop in the background. And they use it so well. This asyncopatic piano to build tension and nervous. There's so much of the film where I'm just like, what's gonna happen? Um, and man, I love Leonardo DiCaprio in this. I have a soft spot in my heart for imperfect heroes. And I was telling Rob before, I have a feeling, I have a headcanon that after Big Trouble in Little China, Jack Burton had to go underground to escape from the government, got radicalized, became a bomb expert, and he is Leonardo DiCaprio's character years down the road. The characterization, the way where he is just, he's trying to do things, but he really is just, he's not there. He doesn't have the competency, is just such a bit of enjoyment in here. And then you pair that with Sean Penn's just psychotic. There is so much going on in this film, and it doesn't let you go at any point until the end. And I freaking loved this movie. I didn't know what to expect. It was not this, and I totally fell in love with it.
Yeah, this one's gonna definitely take more viewings again. Long movie. Another wait, let me think here. How long was Wake Up pretty long. Yeah, again, I said to you that I feel like if I try to talk about this movie, I'm just gonna sound stupid. I'm afraid of it. So again, Paul Thomas Anderson he's an incredible he's an incredible director, incredible writer. I don't know if this was an original work or like it's not. I feel like this is definitely a book or something. I didn't look at the credits. Wait a minute, I have it right here. I guess I can like just have one battle after. The performances are good. Where they're in the car. There's a car sequence where it's how they filmed the hills.
Oh yes, the ups and downs.
That thought that I'd never seen anybody do that before. I don't think. If he took it from somebody else, then I don't know what to say about that. But like that was a really interesting. Like again, it was really well shot. DiCaprio is all the acting is amazing. But in the end, again, it's about so much. Just like there's a movie going on where you could just buy involved with with a group, falls in love with the main girl, gets knocked up, has the baby, he wants to still go fight, take care of this kid. She goes off and becomes and then he raises this kid, and then years later, the military guy played by Sean Penn that was after them comes back again after some very weird information gets leaked to some important people who now want answers, and so they go after. There's a whole thing with DiCaprio's daughter and Penn and DiCaprio and a big chase and a chase to there's a lot that's just bare bones. That's what people see when they watch it. If they don't have any idea about what's actually going on, they could at least say that's everything, why everything is happening. And names are all, they're not real. This is, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like Jungle, what'd she say? Her name is Jungle Pussy or something like that. The one lady.
I think that was that's her code name. What was it, Beverly?
I think this in a movie. My name is, Basketball Fred. Well, Fred, you know what I mean? Like it's just What's your given name? My name is Basketball Fred. It's on my birthday. You know what I'm saying? So there's this kind of unrealness to it all, a little bit like There Will Be Blood at times.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like, man, when is this happening? Where is this happening? Is this happening? Is this our world?
Well, it's that hyper realized,
Yeah.
kind of parallel world where it's like the stuff that's happening here, but it's all blown up. It's all a little bit more,
It reminds, and again, I said this about a couple of people lately, but I feel like this is like Paul Thomas Anderson's Kubrick movie because it's just really out there as far as everything. And it's a good, it's just, damn, man. I don't know. Like, maybe again, I think our lives are just a little too stressful. Okay, I have not seen The Housemaid. Haven't seen Anaconda. Kind of want to.
Yeah, I
Kind
never
of
really
don't.
cared so much for the original. So, and I know this is very much a love letter to that, but
Yeah,
I know it. I know
know.
it's got a fan base, and I will not harp on those that love the original.
I did not see Begonia, but really, really want to. Uh, did you see Zootopia? I don't know.
I haven't yet. I love the first one. Was amazingly well done, and Jason Bateman is astounding. I think the cast is great. My kid's an adult now, so I don't tend to go see a lot of animated movies anymore.
Yeah.
It was all I saw for like 15 years. So,
All right. Fun. Did you see Sinners?
no, it's on my list. Sinners on there. Frankenstein, I almost threw on the other day. I've got this list that I have to get through. So I know, I'm behind on the times.
I didn't see Frankenstein either, but that's because it's Frankenstein. All right. I'm not trying to be.
What's the plot twist?
Look, I'm not trying to be a guy who can't have a good time, but it's fucking Frankenstein. I've said this to Bill in the chat. All right, is that I want to see these guys with these big brains and these big make original movies. Now I realize that not everything is struck gold for them, but I make Hellboy 3, but I'm saying make Hellboy 3.
Sure.
And stop. He just made Pinocchio. All right. I realize that like these guys come from a different era, but they also live in the now and they talk about all the things in now. So make something from your brain that's happening now, and that's something from fucking 150 fucking years ago. I don't care. I don't care if Frankenstein is good. In fact, if Frankenstein is good, I'm going to be even more pissed off because it's actually saying that you're so good you made Frankenstein fucking. The next thing you made would have been even better because it was an original fucking idea.
Yeah, but see, they don't have to pay like for rights, man.
I don't. Yeah, because right. Well, an original idea don't cost nothing.
Well, you got to pay the guy who comes up with the idea. No, I'm kidding. They don't pay them anymore.
I mean, and he's like Tim Burton, like now, or he's making like adaptations of fucking shit instead of working on his own projects. I've just said there might not be anything wrong with this, but I would rather see these big creative types be creative. Like I said, they can. Their name still means something, even if they haven't always been the biggest blockbuster movies. Okay.
They're remaking Wuthering Heights. Okay,
I skipped over Sinners. I'm gonna spoil Sinners then, since you haven't seen it, but I don't like musicals.
Oh,
it is a very well-known thing on the channel.
Yeah.
My favorite musicals are Little Shop of Horrors, South Park the musical, Cannibal, catching a theme here. It's funny. If it makes me laugh, if the song makes me telling me the story, that's a whole other thing. There can be a story going on, but they're singing about something and it's just a song that you can still listen to. That doesn't have to, I don't picture the movie. That's what I like. And it's about like so much of it is that culture and all that it's created and how that puts it in this barn by these two brothers that come to town, and it's not my favorite movie of the year, but it's close.
No. Oh, I've
and
heard
even
nothing
though
but good
in
stuff.
the end, which has been spoiled for everyone, which again, the marketing for this movie, man, like I really wish that they had either just gone ahead and said what it was about or kept it even more under wraps, because I remember that when like From Dusk Till Dawn came out, people got pissed because they were like they were watching a Tarantino movie and then it turned into a vampire movie. I don't give a shit. It was from 30 years ago. Get a life and watch the movie already. Do you know what I'm saying? Like people didn't know back then after it came out, and then they went to secondary trailers and then started. Everybody had already known. They got told, because that's how we talked about things back in the day. We just talked to each other like normal human beings. Like Darrin and I would actually be in the room together talking to you guys instead of just being on two cameras. Anyway, man, I'm really going on a diatribe tonight. So when they spoil what happens in Sinners, I feel like I really wish they had kept that better under wraps, because I would have enjoyed finding that out in the same way I did with From Dusk Till Dawn, because I didn't know. I'm sitting there watching From Dusk Till Dawn, and all of a sudden it just goes south, and I go, oh, I loved it. I thought, oh my God, all right, this good movie just got so much better by adding vampires. I would have felt the same way about that. So it was like kind of knowing the surprise ahead of time was the only thing that sucked. But like the music in it really added to it. So it was showing me culture, not adding it as part of the story. And that in a lot of ways, like this movie is kind of like a fable.
Sure.
Like, and again, I've been liking a lot of movies like that, like Yorgo Lanthimos, who makes movies like Begonia and The Killing of a Sacred Deer, where they're fables set in reality. And I feel like this is telling like this reality story but it's also involves vampires as a way to tell the story of white culture stealing black culture. That's how I'm putting it. I know that there's the fancier way to say it, and if it came to me right now, I would say it. It was a cultural relation. There.
Sure.
It's been a long day. The word was there. Say it in a more like Cliff Notes way. But it's really good, and it's one of those movies that I don't know how I don't own it yet.
Well, because they don't sell
and
any
again, I didn't spoil
anymore.
anything. I don't think more than what everybody already knows.
No, you kept it all right.
I didn't see F1 the movie because it's F1 the movie, and the only way you could get me to see F1 the movie is if you actually resurrected the ghost of Steve McQueen and and from 1970 and then slapped him behind that wheel and said, here's Steve McQueen is back from the dead just for this movie. Then maybe I'd go see F1 the movie, okay? But no, I don't. And if you like car movies, I'm not shitting on a fuck. You're going in a circle. It's all left turns.
And I mean,
there's
and
no
I
much
like
more
Brad
to it, man.
Pitt,
The car
but I
can
don't
break
care about
down.
racing. Yeah.
I didn't see Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I didn't see the aptly titled. They must have just taken it from what Dan Harmon said. Now you see me, now you don't. I didn't ever watch those movies. Okay, they were like the Fast and the Furious movies or Twilight, or
Mm-hmm.
it was just like I was like, I see a bunch of people I like, but something is telling me there's something wrong here. An illusion.
Yeah, they don't really do. Yeah, they don't really do much for me. I mean,
I
the first one was fine. I didn't really care to see any more of those adventures.
I did want to see the Running Man, and I might still see the Run. Just because it's God, now I can't even remember his goddamn name. The guy who made Scott Pilgrim and Baby Driver. Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright. Yeah.
I was like, that's a real Running Man's a really weird choice for Edgar Wright, but I heard that he's kept more to the actual novella, and I kind of like that idea. Let's see, what is everybody saying in the chat? Now that I've been going off for a while. Center shot all the way to all-time fave. Oh wait, I want to see So Torn. Yeah, that keeps bringing up, and I've politely not said anything because I've got to be in that kind of movie. It's really weird. Look it up. Look it up. I think it's on Netflix. You'll know why I said look it up. To all-time fave, like from a film nerd perspective, music, cinematography, acting, Michael B. Jordan is fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Del Toronto made it on film. That is a point, but yeah, Guillermo has Frankenstein. Maybe should have made it like 30, 40 years ago. When was he sitting there watching the Kenneth Branagh one saying one day? Singing in the Rain is funny. Okay. Well, you know what? There's a Rob's Never Seen that I could do Singing in the Rain, since I've never seen Singing in the Rain because they're singing in the rain.
That is an actually acceptable. Yeah, that is. Yeah, Mama Bear's right. That is an actual acceptable musical from a person who does not care for musicals.
Was that? Wait, what? Who
Mighty Python.
Oh, Monty Python.
Yeah.
Yes. Monty Python is an acceptable one. Yes, I do like Monty Python. I know you're disliking musicals, but I will wholeheartedly support Epic. Go ahead. No, everybody likes what they like, and like I said, I like musicals that make me laugh. A musical that's not telling me the fucking story through their song. I just don't like that way of storytelling. It's like Brian Cox in Adaptation when he's like, God help you if you use narration.
Right.
But for me, it's
everyone
God
knows
that you use songs to tell your fucking story.
It's like everyone knows that narration is the weak thing to use, but every writer uses narration in their scripts. Why?
Yeah, I knew you'd like that one, man. I have such little interest in car movies. Only car movie for me is Christine. Man, Christine, I tried. I was reading that book and I was like, when is something gonna happen? Oh my God, the door closed on its own.
Yeah. Well,
I've never seen the movie, or I've seen parts of the movie, but I'm sure that it's a great little bit of nostalgic fun, and that's another one that Rob's never seen, really. I could put that on the list. I do want to see the third one. The first one was great. The second one was I hate when TV shows do a musical episode. Barf. The only one to me the only one that I like that's not South Park or Simpsons or something is the Buffy musical. Once More with Feeling. I like that one a lot. Because that one was funny. everything was a big kind of a joke. And then you even had the guy who's talking about the Buffy musical was funny. Oh, I didn't even comment until after I said that. I guess a musical comedy isn't being serious when I love Christine. It's so damn funny having such a jealous, bitchy car.
Yo, my man. Yes.
Okay,
Well, you know.
so and I think, did you see Mission Impossible?
I haven't. It is also on my list of things. I've looked at it like multiple times, but I just haven't really been in the space to like. I tend to watch things in more bite-sized chunks, so I think that's why I watch more shows. It's easier to string a couple of episodes to go than to go, oh, I'm going to sit here for 2.5 hours and watch this one show uninterrupted. I have found as I'm getting older, I fall asleep earlier and earlier, which I just greatly dislike.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, it used to be like midnight or later, no problem. Now it's like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna fall asleep on the couch here. And yeah, so I'm not I have to be prepped before I jump into movies. So I tend to watch a lot more shows, I think. But you know, this was the kind of year I tried to go back to movie theaters. You know,
Yeah. I went to the movies more, I think, this year than I did the last few.
Because yeah, I kicked the year off with and if you believe it, it was back at the beginning of this year, the Captain America, the Red Hulk movie. Yeah, that was the beginning of this year. It seems like forever ago. It does. It feels like that was like 2 or 3 years ago, but no.
It seems like a couple of years ago. Okay, Superman.
You know,
I know you've seen Superman. We never talked about Superman, though, I don't think.
I really enjoyed it. My only real criticism of the film is it very much felt like, and now back to Superman, already in progress. You know, like back in the day when a game would go too long and would interrupt the movie of the week that was supposed to play, but they would often just start it. So you'd be picking it up like 20 minutes into the film. That's what this felt like.
I don't mind we've all seen this, so let's just jump in. I kind of like that. I you know, like everything is established. If you don't know who Superman is, talk to someone. Google it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind it so much, but it did feel like I had missed out on connecting with this version of the character.
Okay. I felt that way about like I wanted more explanation behind his way he was. He was just, I don't know. It's Nicholas Hoult, and I like he just spent the whole time
right
going. I feel like Lex is a more active part of things, and this Lex just again is just kind of like a Lex. I'm stuck with so many different variations of these characters that it's hard not to go, well, I like just this one. But I mean, I like Clancy Brown. I like Michael Rosenbaum. I like Gene Hackman. I even liked Kevin in his way.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like Jesse Eisenberg. I really think I like Nicholas Hoult in this. Not his fault.
Well, it's
the music.
again,
The music didn't hit me as good this time.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of expect. I usually like really like Guardians 3 soundtrack either, so but I do still think that they in a lot of these movies they at least nail the character, and in this they nailed characters.
Yeah.
A lot of characters. and that goes a long way with me. But this really nailed Superman. Like, I think so many people make the mistake that they feel like they got to stick to the Christopher Reeve universe. They got to stick to that look. And really have to stick to is the character at his heart.
Right. And I thought
And
that's what
the
Hornswoggle
guy
did.
trying to do good things. So like it took me a couple of watches, took me several watches for me to really movie, because the first time I watched it, I was like, I just felt bad for Superman. It's like, what a shitty world. This does like I was used to the of that when Superman's around, people are better. Whenever you saw Christopher Reeve, it wasn't like people going, "Fuck you, Superman." It was, "Hey, Superman, yeah, baby." Like even in like look at how they treated Peter Parker and those people would have died for him. Like there's seen several Spider-Man going, "Yeah, man, go Spider-Man." Like, and so in this, when you basically transported from our universe to their universe, and just watching what it's like for Superman to operate in our world, and not in definitely a free version of our world, but it was the first time I saw it, I was just angry a lot because I was just like, good Lord, Jay, like it didn't find it to be a fun watch, and I still don't find it to be a fun watch. But it's a good Superman movie. Again, I'm too much of a raw nerve for a lot of this stuff that it just really hits home and reminds me once again. And I don't usually, it is what it is, and I'm glad to go to a super and not think about my world outside those walls.
Yeah.
Sometimes I really want to a world that doesn't have the same problems that we do.
Well, and that's the power that
I'm saying?
Superman kind of brings to his stories, is that element of kind of hope and unreality and lifting you up. So you don't want to
Yeah.
be tied into what
Yeah.
you have to do,
Yeah. And again, stuff is current day stuff. I'm glad that it was made the way it was, but I'm just current day stuff is just, I want it to be made, but it sucks that I have to watch a Christopher Reeve movie to enjoy Superman movies. Like really enjoy with world. And said before that I wish that they would just for Batman, for a good series of Batman movies, just make the animated series. Don't make them animated. Just make it look like that. Put it in a world not. And they kind of do, but what I mean is I really go for the Art Deco style, the perpetual very in the day that when I guess that's all they have kind of nailed that, where even when you're watching a Batman movie and they go to the daytime, it's as an audience member. Can we go back to night, please?
This is Batman. What are you doing? It's constantly overcast in Gotham. There's no light. What are you doing?
But I do like if Bill. Go ahead.
No, it's just saying it's dark, and slightly brighter dark, and that's it. That's what Gotham is.
I do like Bill say kindness is the real punk rock. Like I did like and punk rock, and that like in that movie got me. And again, they nailed so many characters. Nathan Fillion, I'm so glad got to actually be.
Yeah, a character not killed off in like 3 minutes.
Wow.
But is Guy Gardner going to meet TK?
And he's got always Green Lantern. Nathan Fillion has always wanted to be a Green Lantern, so I thought that finally got to do that. Mr. Stick, Hot Girl. I like her though. She's the same girl from Last of Us season 2, so I'm cool with that.
Right.
I thought Jimmy Olsen pretty person in that movie.
Yeah. I mean,
I was like,
yeah.
man, when did Jimmy?
I don't know. I thought he was kind of mean to that girl there. She was like turning everything around for him, and he was kind of still treating her like shit. And yeah, maybe she was kind of annoying and stuff, but don't be that guy either. That's all I'm saying.
Somebody had said was present the guy, like the audience didn't get somehow treat them like I don't know, but I heard something along the lines of what the be.
Mm-hmm. No, I like the I think they got all the characters really well. As I said, I enjoyed the movie. It did feel, again, a little bit like I was playing catch up, and that was the only thing that kind of got me, and was something that the other big summer superhero blockbuster did in the same way, is because they jumped forward into later on. I felt a lot more like I was playing catch up as opposed to discovering things. And that's like Fantastic Four was something that very much felt like I never got a chance to, because I didn't get the origin of that. I didn't get a chance to connect with the characters. And the fact that they basically redid the second mid 2000s Fantastic Four movie, in the sense of it being a Galactus thing with the Silver Surfer and Sue being pregnant and stuff. I was just like, I understand the need to, let's not waste time on an origin. On the other hand, I think the Fantastic Four could have used a proper origin, or at least a first adventure, so we could really connect in with the characters and who they are. And I don't think we had the time to do that in this one. Plus, I hate the alternate world. Marvel is the world outside your window, and this isn't. And I don't, because of that, I didn't connect with the characters in the same way that I do with a lot of the other Marvel stuff. So I liked a lot of it, but it really, to me, was ultimately kind of disappointing. Like, all right, but I'm glad we have these characters, but I don't care about this adventure here.
What's weird is that they made a point to keep it outside of the MCU, right? But at the same time, it made it so much an MCU type of movie, though. Which
yeah,
was,
well, it
was the Fantastic Four, but kind of. Do you know what I mean? Like again, like kind of what you're saying. I get, because they got rid of the origin, which I was again happy with, because as a comic book fan, I don't need it. But again, I'm not the average John Q, six pack that doesn't know shit about the Fantastic Four except what they've already seen somewhere else in a movie 20 years ago or whatever, or a cartoon or a blurb or whatever somebody's, doesn't matter.
Right.
So I mean, I understand like them maybe needing it, so to connect a little bit better. I just really loved it because it gave me, like, again, it was a pure comic book movie. It was like four was kind of almost like unintentionally saying "fuck you" if you don't know who the Fantastic Four are.
Sure.
And I don't mean it like harshly either. I just mean like, I don't. This was what I wanted. everything that Superman was
Right.
that bothered me sitting there watching it was not like Fantastic Four was the opposite of that. I
Okay.
sat there ear to ear grin because it was pure comic book. It's the Fantastic Four meeting the Silver Surfer and Galactus having to simply save their world while Galactus for some fucking reason, which I thought was the only to me was like just because of what Galactus is and the rules of time travel, the rules of things and why things happen, it really didn't make sense for him to like I'm gonna go like he could just do it anyway. Um, but it just really it really did embrace that comic book world. And
Sure.
even if it wasn't our world, which I kind of wish it was too, it's again the Marvel's mishandling of their multiverse.
Well, and look, Bill, I in the chat, I completely have to agree. I think they did do Galactus perfectly. He said he's such an easy character to screw up, and they made him properly terrifying. Yes, he wasn't a cloud, which was great, and seeing him walking through the city, through New York, with just the giant feet and stuff. I mean, yeah, there is something so perfectly comic book about that, and I did like that. But your next point is also to me kind of the crux. Although if they were in the MCU, they'd have to explain why no one else is helping fight Galactus. Right. So start small. I mean, this is the one criticism I have of so many of the Marvel stuff is start small. Save the neighborhood. Save a bank. Then save a couple of blocks. Then save a city. Then save maybe the state. Then the first adventure, they're saving the planet from a galactic eater. Where do you go with the Fantastic Four then? There's no ramping up.
Doctor Doom, Annihilate.
Well, yeah.
I can tell you a bunch of things.
Yes,
like,
you can. But all I'm saying is like that is your introduction to the character.
No, I agree. I think that a better movie would have been Mole Man.
Yes,
like, literally going back to like Fantastic Four #1 and like dealing with Mole Man and the Moleites and a New York problem underneath the city, and it would give you time for some like other side plots too, you know?
Right.
I agree. I think that Marvel was chomping at the bit to get Silver Surfer and Galactus out there too. Just because it's just so iconic, and I think with the plan of making it kind of a 60s feel vibe, I don't, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I mean, it's just kind of my only criticism because I know they do that with so many stuff, and I think between doing that with the alternate world and stuff, I was just like, you're right in so many ways. It's a great comic book film because it is all the things you want to see, and great like freaking Jack Kirby like machinery and stuff like that, all like crazy stuff, which was awesome. But I don't feel the same connection to the world, also knowing that it's not our regular stuff. So it's like, well, you're going to be leaving that world, so who cares? Or the world's going to be destroyed, so who cares? Or so, and that's the only thing that kind of robs me of some of that connection. But again, that's a personal thing.
Okay. Going through the list here, trying to think of ones that I seen. Did you see Jurassic World Rebirth?
No, I have not because I don't have Peacock.
It's awful. It's awful.
I'm sure, man. It's like I have like I will watch it when I can because there's dinosaurs and that's it. I expect nothing else out of this movie. So.
It's like every movie is trying to put it's on the previous movie's throat and shoot it in the head. You know what I'm saying? Like each movie is trying to kill the franchise. Like you think you killed it, watch how I kill it. Like, and the thing is it's just dinosaurs. I don't know why I'm talking like every time I've talked about one of these, like I remember when I talked about Jurassic World, the first one, I think. Might have been the second one. I don't know. But it was just like they're just stop. I don't know. Make them animated so that like no adult would ever want to go near it. You know what I mean? So that we get rid of it, because that's the thing, is that part of this that's keeping it alive, and this is like the problem with like nostalgia and shit, is that this isn't just money, because they're making it for money. But us Gen Xers, wake the fuck up. Jurassic, you want to get the feels for Jurassic Park, turn the lights off, put it in on your 70,000 foot screen that you have in your house with the perfect surround sound system, and watch the first one.
Yeah.
Just do that. And every time there's a new kid in your family, you show it to them. That's it. End of fucking story. End of movies. You don't have to see any more of them. Stop going to these movies, please, for the love of fucking God. Every time one of them succeeds in a movie that's brilliant fails, it's like it's like when they say every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. And every time one of those movies succeeds, it's like another person who wrote an original screenplay gets shot in the back of the head.
This is a great thing, but could you turn it into another dinosaur movie? Well, I think that's one thing with Jurassic Park is ultimately at the moment they are the IP for dinosaurs. So if you want to see a dinosaur movie, it's going to have to be Jurassic Park, or it's going to be the bodega knockoff of Cretaceous Park, whatever. Couldn't think of a synonym for park.
Let's see. Red Ghost and his super apes has the same origin story, and it's apes with superpowers. Oh, that they filmed and then got rid of, which I think would have been cool. And I think that I can't believe I don't know if they maybe added it to the Blu-ray or the 4K. I don't know. It is fucking awful. I was so fucking baffled for that whole movie. So much hand holding. No one makes a sensible decision, and they clearly think their audience is stupid. Well, they did elect an orange turd for a president, so the audience is kind of stupid. I love dinosaurs, is what Mama Bear says. I love dinosaurs too. You know how I like my okay. I like fossils. I like visiting them in shows like The Last of Us, where they, can have a fun scene and talk. Now they used to be alive. Now they're gone now. We don't have to watch them in movies endlessly. We only needed one Jurassic Park movie. They nailed it in one. Yes. And unfortunately, when you nail something in one, you have to make it a trilogy.
Then we've got to do more.
Then turns into another trilogy. Like, what? Okay. Why bother with 3? Why are we so married to 3? When if your story needs 6 movies, like fucking like it's different. Okay, so Harry Potter was a series of books, so they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the series, right? It's like Police Academy had 9 of them. All right. And none of them had anything to do with the other ones, except they were all dumb. But what I mean is like long through thing, like a show, because people anyway really succeeding these days is long form storytelling. So just these one long kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's probably just going to be Jurassic Park. The series will be the next one.
Yeah, but billionaires will be able to watch it because they'll be the only ones who can afford it.
Yeah, that's true.
There was so many hand waving in that movie. Oh, guy survived, fall down a cliff. How did he live? He lived, but how? He just did. What we need is X-Men in the Savage Land. We need X-Men versus.
Yeah.
The more and more we get close to the X-Men being in Marvel, the more I'm.
You're nervous, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not good. It's not good it's not good in here. Maybe it'll be good. If they just embrace the fucking comic. Just embrace the comics, man. Anyway. I did not see a Minecraft movie. I did not see Tron Ares. Did you see Tron Ares? You saw Tron Ares, didn't you?
No, I am not. It's coming out streaming in next month, I think January 7th. So that's when I will see it. I mean, I didn't have any time to go to the movies at that point. I already pay money for streaming services, so
I didn't see Ballerina, the John Wick spinoff.
no.
I wanted to. I did see Eddington. Did you see Eddington? The new
I did not see Eddington.
That's Ari Aster, right? Yeah, the new Ari Aster movie. Boy, oh boy, is that a crazy, crazy movie. Well acted by Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal and everybody else. It's there have been movie after movie after movie this year that is going like, this town is essentially everything that happened to us during COVID.
Sure.
In this town, it is like Springfield, and this is an episode of The Simpsons, except it's called Eddington instead of Springfield. Like there's just all these really extreme. Everything is an extreme, and a parody or a satire. So you've had a lot of satire this year coming out, and is this what it feels like then to be living when they release biting satire? Because they used to do this back in the day when we were fighting Nazis.
Yeah.
And there would be this really hard-hitting satire that doesn't hit as hard to us now because we didn't know what that was like. And now we're having all these people putting out this really biting satire that's hitting really close to home. And I wonder if that's how, in some ways, people, woke up.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's how you deliver it to people so that they can, realize it and recognize it in the world. We don't have that right now, especially because there's so much corporate control over your media outside of your YouTube videos and stuff like this. You're going to get less of that, I think, in the general media. I mean, that's not entirely. I think some shows tend to do a very good job of pointing out certain points of that. I mean, Andor, I think, was an astounding way to comment on the current world without doing it, though then that's not really so much satire as just reflective storytelling. So, yeah, what other really good satires do we have lately? That's a good point.
Well, this isn't a satire. This is a parody. See the Naked Gun with Liam Neeson?
No. I appreciated Leslie Nielsen's whole bit.
Yeah. There was a time and a place for everything. And this is just, it's just really whatever. If you like it, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need it. I didn't need How to Train Your Dragon. Haven't seen it. It's probably great. Saw Bring Her Back. With the girl who slept with the fish person in Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Felicity, or I don't know. I can't remember her name. Man. I mean, I could just click on it and know. Sally Hawkins.
Okay, right.
Made me mad. Maybe I don't like. It's one of those things where it's just other. I don't recommend it. I honestly don't. If you like watching people suffer because somebody else suffered, and then they're gonna do terrible, gory things to you, fine.
No.
I didn't see Nobody 2. I really wish that they had not to. I thought that the first one was a perfect little thing for Bob Odenkirk to play off type and really silly version of himself, almost like the that's the gag, but do that more than once the gag. So how do you justify it? So great, now we're going to do it. How do we only do it once? Okay, we'll go on vacation. Even though they were setting up at the end of the movie the first movie, that they were probably in trouble and they probably were already going to have to do something. But then since I haven't seen it, I don't know if they even bring that shit up. So I can't speak to that. But if they're going on vacation, like we're going on vacation, and then some shit goes down, that's not,
Yeah.
It shows figure out a way to justify, and it came unlike how many people were talking about Nobody Won, about the guy who's sitting in a police station with a kitten and a cigarette, and you want to know how he fucking got there. And then in this, it's just got to be, you know what I mean? Like he got his paycheck.
Well, that's it. The first movie did well. There had to be a sequel.
There's another movie coming out with him where he plays like a sheriff where something happens and he's suddenly going to be a badass. And I was like, I love Bob. I'm wearing him on my shirt right now. And maybe he is just going to embrace this. He almost died.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he's just like, look, I'm going to take whatever I can get right now and just be the big star that they want me to be. But I just miss Bob being Bob Odenkirk. Thunderbolts, we both saw, right? You saw Thunderbolts, right?
Yeah. No, I enjoyed that one.
I honestly, we ranked else on that video a while back this year.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it's a really interesting small movie with like a big character that where the character is with so many different ways that they could have taken the Sentry. They really compartmentalized and made it small. The only thing I didn't like about that movie was Julia Louis-Dreyfus, because I think she's terribly miscast.
Yeah, she was probably the lesser edge of it, but no, I think they were smart with that to make an actual, smaller film that was focusing on the characters, the story. What were these people going through with their lives, and how did being a hero or their attempts to be a hero affect them, and how are they it's like, yeah, that is a story. It's not just plot of action happening. This is an actual story of characters, and it made me emotionally connected to them and appreciate, U.S. agent a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, Wyatt Russell's amazing, but there was a lot more that he could do to now make that character sympathetic versus the schmuck that he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So no, I think that was the right direction for Marvel to take, to do things different with their characters.
Do you have any, because I'm just going through a list, do you have any movies that you were like, man, I want to talk about this one, like that you really
I mean, not really a whole lot. We did see 28 Years Later.
Oh, you did? I did not.
Yeah. I won't spoil it. It's one of those, there's like, this is not the story that I was expecting it to tell. I wasn't necessarily quite as impressed. It definitely felt like almost more of a lower grade British indie film than a more substantial blockbuster and stuff, and just in the story that was being told and how it was being told. It's an interesting watch.
Danny Boyle directed that, right?
Yeah, which kind of surprised me. But then again, I'm not a huge Danny Boyle fan. I mean, I've liked some of his stuff, but I know a lot of people love Sunshine, and to me, that's an okay space, not quite scary movie.
Okay,
But-
wait. Before we move on to anything else, because you said Sunshine, you're right. You're absolutely right about, but it's entertaining as fuck for one of those movies. Like they made a lot of movies kind of like that, like Supernova.
Oh yeah, no, there was a slew of those for a while.
Or even Event Horizon, even though it's not, you're lost in space, and but for my money, that one was actually like entertaining. Though you had good actors, an interesting plot that does go pretty, it is pretty like whatever, like so it can get pretty whatever. But I had never had such a good time though watching. I was just like, I don't know. It's one of those where when it ends, you are kind of like, or at least I was. Or I'm like, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Sometimes for me, the journey was worth it in
Sure.
Sunshine. So go ahead. Yeah, and I agree. Danny Boyle is hit and miss with me too.
Yeah, I mean, look, the 28 Days Later was an astounding, amazing film and very kinetic and so on. And so this is not that type of tale, which is what I was expecting. But I also
Yeah.
understand that it did well enough or grabbed enough that they're doing several more 28 years later kind of films or knockoffs or whatever. And maybe that will do something
There's
interesting.
one that's based all around Ray Fiennes' character coming out. It's already done. I saw the trailer for it. I was like, Jesus, that was fast. They probably filmed it at the same time or something.
Yeah, they were just like, we're doing so good, just do more stuff and we'll just make a movie out of it.
Rafe's like, I'm not coming back in 2 years to do another one of these. So
Yeah.
if you have an idea, let's do it now.
Let's do it right now. I've already got the iodine on me. Yeah.
These movies, I liked the idea. Again, everything just gets ruined by more, and so many things get ruined by more. Not everything, but so many things get ruined by more.
Right.
Whether it's not making as much money, or they've run the premise into the ground, or for me, just quite frankly, I just think that 28 Days Later is such a beautiful zombie movie.
Oh, yeah.
There's something about it that's just so, I don't know, there's like an appreciation of life I get during that by the end of it and stuff, that I think that so many zombie movies, infected movies, have like this hopelessness to them. And it's a dark movie, man, but like, I don't know. And I just kind of like, it's like when they keep making Scream movies and I'm like, okay, me and remember that, and it's from like lived, leave them alone. I want them to I don't want them to eventually get killed in like the 8th movie, because you have to do something shocking. Like I just want, like, I like having that memory. I don't need, but that's the thing, right? It's just like Rise of Skywalker. I don't have to see the movie if I don't want it to make myself feel that way. And I think that's why I didn't see 28 Years Later, because I was like, you know what? I thought we solved the problem. In my head canon, the problem is solved. Okay? We got rid of the infected. It's 28 years later. Go fuck yourself, Danny. Make Train Spotting 3. Let's see. I saw the movie Companion, Jack Quaid movie with the amazing actress from the Book of Boba Fett. Sophie Thatcher, who
I was gonna say Ming-Na Wen?
No, Sophie Thatcher, who was one of the little Power Rangers in the Book of Boba Fett.
No,
she was on the Leftover. She was on not the Leftovers, Yellow Jackets as well. She's an amazing actress. I loved Companion. Anything I tell you about it kind of ruins it. Couple, except to say that couples go on a little vacation, and Well, I like how it is a weekend getaway with friends at a remote cabin turns into chaos after it's revealed that one of the guests is not what they seem. Um, Pretty standard reading, but when you see the movie, you will almost get right away. You'll be like, "Oh, that's why I can't really talk about it
Okay.
because I don't because I everything about it is a spoiler practically. Even the fucking picture of the poster, I'm like, man, you're showing too much." Um, so I thought that was a really good movie. What else do we got here? Man, I did not see a lot of stuff. Honey, Don't. One of the Coen brothers made a movie.
I only see
Without
if
the
they're
other
both
one.
doing it. Yeah, no, I won't do it. I need both
It
Coens and both Wachowskis, or I ain't doing it.
it's Margaret Qualley is one of the most beautiful women I have ever seen in my life. I will watch her in a movie that's lesser than because she's so good. And she's really good in this. Aubrey Plaza's pretty good in this, but it's a ridiculous short
Mm-hmm.
little noir movie that really is kind of like why in the end you'll go what does that have to do with this, what does this have to do with that, I thought we were talking about this, but this is the plot. Oh, we're just going to resolve this, I guess, like this. Okay. It's like it's almost like they go away from each other and they lose their power. The
Mm-hmm.
Coen brothers must stay together to be the formidable presence that they are in filmmaking. I mean, I get it. You want to go out and do other things. And it's a small movie. And you probably got Chris Evans he probably just agreed to do it for scale or some shit.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it was fine. It reminded me of when the independent films of the 90s started to get really pretentious.
Okay.
It was like,
Sure.
there was just like, okay, you know how there's a 90s sound, a grunge sound or whatever? There's that independent feel, like weird, and you would see actors that are like, wow, how'd they get them? That's kind of like this, where it's like, it's fine, but it's like, but why? That's how Honey, Don't. Oh, and Charlie Day. My God, Charlie. Will somebody please cast Charlie as somebody other than himself?
No, that's all he can do. It's all he can do. Look,
It's
I
a
like
shame.
Charlie for what he does, but yeah, it's like you can't do that in every.
It's been 20 plus years of the same thing. If it was only on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I'd be like, whatever, it's his character. Going through even more. I've passed 100 movies and I've barely talked about any of them.
Weapons. I haven't seen. I know
left
you
that
have.
one. I left that one out. Wait,
Yeah.
you still haven't seen Weapons?
I still look. It is there, right?
I saw it there.
I've got a chunk of movies that I have not clicked on yet, but I haven't meant. I know.
This would have been damn, man. I really wanted to talk about that movie. Final Destination Bloodlines was stupid as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. What is
Goes
there to
without
talk
saying.
about?
All right,
We all know what that movie
okay.
is.
So Weapons is look, Sinners is probably a better movie than Weapons. At its core. The way it's done, what it's about, all of that. But I just like Weapons more.
Mm-hmm.
I just do, because it's so fucking weird. And so, like, again, what I see from the creator of this movie is what I see Jordan Peele. I wish that he made more movies that felt like, because this feels kind of like a Jordan Peele movie, just without the same kind of commentary that you get in a Jordan Peele movie. More of
Right.
like race things, which is fine. That's his gig. Like he comes up with ideas, and this guy came up with an idea, and just and again, Josh Brolin and Julia Garner though are the reasons I went to the movie.
Sure.
And Josh Brolin, because I just
Freaking
watched him
powerhouse.
in the Knives Out movie. I was just like, man, I said this last night or the other night that it's like, when did he become so good? Because I mean, he was Brand in The Goonies, and it's fine, he was good, but then he's just gone. Yeah, he's in that movie like he was in The Thrashing, a movie from like the late 80s, early 90s. And then you didn't see him again for like, I don't know where he went. If he was probably doing something. Then he just shows up out of nowhere in like the early aughts, mid to late early aughts, and starts just killing it. And
I mean, No Country for Old Men is like when he suddenly pops and he suddenly just has weight to him. And yeah, I think he's pretty much nailed everything ever since. No, I was definitely going to bring up that Brolin is part of the magic, I think, of what's going on. He is amazing to watch with stuff. And Jennifer Gardner, I think, is also Julia Gardner. Thank you. I was like, that name is not hitting right in my head.
I know I've called her Jennifer before, so don't worry about it.
But no, I mean, from discovering her in Ozark,
yeah,
and everything, she is a freaking powerhouse.
That's where I first saw her, was The Americans. And man, like even then when she just is this kind of a character that would come and go as they needed her, just fantastic. And just that premise, a little kid telling you the story of a bunch of kids in one classroom go running out in the middle of the night at the same time, and it's just the presentation of it all, the Rashomon style of it all.
Yeah.
Of like, here's the POV from this person up to said point. Then we switch perspectives and we show everything up to this point from this character's perspective. I fucking love that. And how the scares come, they're earned. The even jump scares are good in this. I had another one of the conversations people have about it is like, there's some of the stuff I just feel is almost comedic, and I go, I heard that, and then when I watched it, I put myself in the position of the people. It's not funny to them.
Sure.
So like, I was able to stifle that idea and think like, if this was happening to you, what would you do? Like, we want to laugh, I think, because of uncomfortability of the situation. Of like, can you imagine some of this stuff happening? And that's what I like about Weapons, is it's not really about any kind of supernatural thing. It's about our reactions to those things. And what if crazy things suddenly happen that it doesn't treat the subject matter like this? What? Like when we're presented with the things that just break our minds, and I think some people got mad when they found out like the overarching thing that's causing the situation in Weapons, but that's not the point. And it's not even the journey. It really is like storytelling, perspectives, and then having great performances and an ending that if I wasn't as embarrassed to do it, I would have been standing up and cheering at the end of the first time I saw it in the theater, because I just loved it. So I loved the ending so much. And when you do finally see it, you're gonna go, Rob's one sick fuck. But
sure, I know that. I mean, that's why we're friends.
But like, you'll know why I'm like, yes, this is the absolute way this movie has to end. And it was, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I freaking love it. Weapons is awesome, and again, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it did really well. Is seeing movies like that succeed. It's the once in a while that's they call them sleeper hits, right? Um, but instead of just good,
Right.
we always have to label something instead of like, hey, we didn't really know much about this movie, but it's out, and guess what? It's good. That's all you have to say.
This little film was actually good. It wasn't just a piece of crap. It's amazing. What a little hit. It's like, no, it's just a smaller film, man. Jeez.
I can't really think of, like, I'm looking here and I'm like, I know maybe, oh, The Monkey. Did you see The Monkey?
I did not see The Monkey, and I love monkeys, so you would
The
think I
monkey
would.
is like that.
Yeah, I
It's
know
a-
that they haunt my dreams. I've seen Monkey Shines. Wasn't that the one back in the late 70s?
Yeah. Well, this is Osgood Perkins doing Stephen King. It is bananas. I absolutely love it. Some of it makes absolutely no sense, but it is amazing nonetheless. Adam Scott is in the very first scene.
Okay.
Theo James, Tatiana Maslany are also in it. It is just a bonkers movie about don't let that monkeys bring that symbol together. Shit goes wrong.
Sure.
It's all I have. It's fucked up, but it is amazing. It is amazing, and I want more movies like The Monkey more than I need to see Avatar, Fire and Ash, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Again, guess what, folks? If you don't really aren't sure, you don't really want to see something, you don't have to. I didn't even sit through the second Avatar movie, and again, it's been. We just realized like Rise of Skywalker was like what 7 years ago now,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I'm almost as no, I'm not. I'm not almost as proud of that as not actually drinking, but I.
But they're
Like,
both up. They're both accomplishments, man.
but they're things that I like. I like drinking and I like Star Wars, and I have had the wherewithal to do neither.
Well,
Is all I'm saying.
Star Wars needs to earn back your patronage.
I mean, I watch Star Wars. I just won't watch that one. We were talking though. I didn't see Happy Gilmore 2 because I don't need a Happy Gilmore 2. Didn't see Christie, but nobody did.
Right.
Spinal Tap 2, the end continues. Okay, here we go. Well, we I know we talked about it.
You and I did talk a little bit about this already.
It was good, and it's sad about Rob Reiner. It really, that is, man, like I don't even know. I can't even process that that's how Rob Reiner like died.
Oh no, it's
I don't. It's
antithetical to the work and everything he brought out. So just a freaking tragedy. Just a tragedy of life, and that's why you always want to acknowledge the people you love, because you never know when something horrible is going to happen.
Death of a Unicorn. Did you see that?
That was really good.
The only thing that bothered me about that movie was Paul Rudd's character. I felt like he spent way too long. Like, again, it's a movie. It's a fable, right? Another little fable. And it's necessary for Paul Rudd's character to be this way, I guess. But, like, to be that dense, when part of his brain works fine, and yet other times they just need his brain to not work at all.
I think he was so much playing against his own type in that, because he's literally just such a lovable guy and always great. It's always great to see Paul Rudd. And now you're just like, Paul Rudd, what are you doing? What's wrong with you, Paul Rudd? You're doing everything wrong, Paul Rudd.
otherwise, I thought that was a really fun movie.
Mhm.
I want more movies like this
Yeah.
that don't have to be perfect. That can just be fun times, and you walk out and you go, "Wow, that was fucking weird and fun and whatever." Because Taya Leone, man, I've missed her since Flirting with Disaster, David O. movie, the one way back with Patricia, Ben Stiller, and uh, Miss Taya Leone. She was I watched like Madam's Secretary, or all the years she lost being married to David Duchovny. But
Yep.
like everybody in that movie was really good and fun.
Mhm.
And again, we need more movies like that. Um, man, we got to be at the end of this list though. I feel like there's not how many movies come out here. You know, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean,
That was in the 90s, right? Yeah, I remember that movie.
yeah. Oh my God. Alien Wars Judgment. Captain America. So we really are going back.
Yeah.
I really if I haven't brought it up, I can't be that good. I just want to double check. Uh, The King of Kings. It's a movie about Elvis. Um, Predator, Killer of Killers. That was a fun cartoon or a fun addition to the Predator mythos.
Right.
Uh, Cleaner, the one with Daisy Ridley and Clive Owen. So bad. I felt bad for everyone. I felt bad for her. I really felt bad for her
Yeah.
because it's like she's really like you can tell when somebody's like really she's a really good actress. She really is.
Oh, she's incredible, and she's just been sometimes you just don't get the material that's best for you, man, and it's a shame. I think she should be doing a lot more. Yeah.
Sorry, and I'm just like looking through this list. All right, I'm done with the movies. If we haven't seen it, we haven't seen it. I'm gonna show off a couple of things because I can. So for Christmas, I got some stuff, and I'm just gonna show it. If it
Okay.
even comes up, it's not, is it? There we go. I got this Wolverine. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna blow the the mythos here. Here we go.
Oh, a regular
Oh my God,
room.
he's not really in Mulder's office. So I got this cool
Nice.
Wolverine action right here. And I got this really cool John Romita Jr. inspired Funko for Wolverine.
Oh, very
That's
nice.
off of this X-Men cover. So he's doing like the thing that he's doing in the picture. I got this Walter White.
Oh, very nice. Appropriately giant head.
I got this X-Men 97 Gambit in Genosha battle. Don't know.
So you got some nice pops going on there.
I got some updated. I did not even know they were out. Mulder and Scully Funko.
Oh, well, that's now that's the nice stuff right there. Very good.
These are new.
Mhm.
I did not know there were new Mulders and Scullys because I took mine out of the box a long time ago. And I have like this whole box that's just all Funkos. That's
Sure.
just Nintendos. Okay. Now, you would think that maybe these would be the lesser gifts, but these are the ones I love so much more. I got a little golden book, and I'm like, what? It's the X-Files golden book. Is the truth out there?
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
And then something that is going to be very useful for me coming up sometime. A big ass companion book, Monsters of the Week, the complete critical companion to the X-Files.
Oh, very nice. You know,
So
source
this
books
will
are
help.
always worthwhile.
So yes, this will come in very handy as I looked through this, because I don't think I probably have to tell anybody this, but I have journals of notes just on episodes of the X-Files themselves. Single episodes. Each episode I have in journals written about from over 20 years ago.
Sure, sure. Oh, yeah. You're talking almost 30 years, buddy.
That's when I started taking the notes. So that was my little showing off a few little Christmas presents that I got.
Very nice.
Yeah, now as far as shows and stuff goes, like that we pretty much talk about most of the things that we see. We, you know, like if we're watching it, we usually are talking about it.
Yeah.
But
I
there's
think
some stuff that we don't. I'm sure there's stuff that you watch that we don't talk about or whatever. Like Bill and I, like here's a show that I would love to talk about again. Bill had never seen The Good Place. I don't know if
Okay.
you've seen The Good Place.
I have not. I'm not a big comedy guy. I mean, again, it's one of those where I've heard great things about it, but I just, with my choices, those usually not the direction that I tend to go in.
It's such a thinker. It's so much about morals and philosophy and ethics, and they bring up deep stuff like all the time. It's like South Park in a way, where it's like South Park has this really biting satire but wraps it up in this really juvenile way, right? This has like this premise of the afterlife, but within that are all these things about morality and ethics and philosophy and philosophers and living life, how to truly change as a person, and then done in like such smart and funny ways, and ways that are just bizarre and that deal with the afterlife. And I actually do think that if you just sat and watched, like, say, the first 3 or 4 episodes, you would get all the things I'm talking about.
Sure.
And then just having great moments of perfectly timed comedy scenes where they're just straight up about nothing but being funny. Plus Ted Danson's always been amazing, and he's fantastic in it. And I've never been the biggest Kristen Bell fan,
Right.
but she's perfectly cast. The actor who plays Chidi is his name is escaping me, but pretty much everybody in it is really surprising. Tons and tons of guest stars, and I don't know. I talked about this years ago now when the finale was over, that it just has one of the best finales of like any show ever from any time period.
Right. Well, it's I mean, I know I've heard a lot of stuff, so it's one of those where every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I should have to check that out sometime. So I'll try and keep that up on my list. But I don't know, that list is getting so damn big. But you're right, most of the shows we tend to watch, we talk about usually right here on Smirking Gun Reviews. So like and subscribe, hit the notifications bell.
Well, I mean, yeah, but for anybody else, this is more of a great little fun time for all of us.
Oh yeah.
People because we don't talk about I don't talk about as much stuff as I used to, and I don't make as many videos as I used to. And that will probably change in the next year, less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
And there probably will be a lot more content coming, and that's what I'm really kind of gearing up for, is those things. And once I'm in the situation where I know I can't make excuses, because it's as far as like, again, if we're gonna bring it back down to earth, I need something to tether me for the next however long this insane shit that's going on is gonna last. And I mean, we have to also be realizing that as much as things might try to normalize, we've gone past normal.
Oh, way past.
So there's only so much that we're going to be able to backpedal, and that we are stuck in a lot of ways in this reality that's we're never going to be able to shake it. Now we can't go back. We can't get that piece of dog shit off our shoe. It's there forever.
No, it's only getting through it now.
Yeah. So just like when I quit drinking, I needed something to put my back up against. It's not the first time I've heard somebody say that. But here we are. And that's why I'm hoping that X-Files stuff, like, that I've been meaning to do for a really long time, is a really, really, really long time. And just getting older has been freaking me out quite a bit.
Sure.
Quite a bit. And just thinking, then I start to think, like, is it really that important to talk about these things? Is that what I want? But we talked about this in the legacy thing, like, it's like, yeah, kind of, this is you, like, like, this is what you do. And getting older, though, really has been freaking me out. That's why I'm like sitting here stuttering practically. I'm getting older is
it is a weird shift of mindset and perspective and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why we do these. Is one, it's entertaining. It's how we tether ourselves and get through the days that are crazy and mad and whatever. But it's also moments where we can pass on ideas, thoughts, viewpoints, and that's hopefully something that is contributing to the next generation and the larger culture. Because if we don't talk about it, then it just stays here. It doesn't disseminate anywhere, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
So it's a thing.
Let's see, what else have I been? Well, we've been watching Mindhunter again. We've been watching. Well, I've been doing stuff with Bill that so we're watching Ozark for the first. He's watching Ozark. I'm watching it for the first time since it first came out. Is always fantastic. I can sit. Like, if it's an interesting topic, I can sit there and be banging. Mad Men is. I've been rewatching that, and it's been a while. Watched the whole thing all the way. Oh my god! Like, just and there's so many things we've watched, and we look and we go, man, that's clearly being exaggerating about. But when you watch Mad Men, it's like, no, what was wrong with your? Watch that show. But as they were growing up, what their lives were like, and what their parents were like, and what their like thoughts were like, in that end of the 50s, and all the way to, I believe, is like for the Coke and a Smile, or I'd like to give the world a Coke. Remember that?
Yeah, man, late 70s, early 80s. I think early 80s.
Like really early 80s. So the
Mhm.
show encompasses all that. And I mean, I would quickly change. And going from the submissive wife to wanting more or having to fight for more and not being taken seriously. And so many things in Mad Men aren't about, simple people bring up, all they do is drink on that show. And it's like, okay, well, open your ears so that when they're drinking, you can hear what they're actually saying and you can watch what they're doing and things like that, because it's so much more than that. It's an indictment. It is not like, and that's a really good segue into something that I to talk about. Watch something, people get confused that you don't have to like the people you're watching, or the show is telling you to like those people. I think people get lost in a lot of that, and in a lot of ways, they think that people get lost in that in general when they're listening to people talk. Look how many people get poorly influenced by just sitting and listening to the wrong person.
Oh
And
God,
if
yeah.
you can't even watch a TV show without understanding that you don't have to like or dislike or whatever's going on, if you don't know how to pay attention to a story and how it's being told, ugh.
Yeah, not all
Do you think
protagonists are likable.
Yeah. Do you a thing really? Because I really do have a hard time, and I think with that where it's like you're watching like Tony Soprano, right?
Mhm.
On you don't want Tony to die. You're like, no, but the thing is like Tony absolutely die in every single episode, getting killed because he's a piece of crap,
Sure.
or consequences.
Yeah, I mean, I like to watch movies where I like the protagonist because you want to be able to root for the hero and so on. But sometimes it's important that again, it's not always that. Sometimes you are learning something else from the story, or maybe that person has to lose at the end, and that's how the real tale is actually told, and that's how the message really comes across. And I do like those when they can usurp my expectations in that way really nicely. Um, but I mean, but yeah, you've got to be able to follow the journey, and yeah, you don't have to like the person, but maybe you can find one thing in them that at least is you can connect with, which is why they're the story that you're following.
I did the whole "your mic is muted" thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. I loved the monkey. The end was yeah. The monkey started really strong. I didn't expect Spinal Tap 2 to be as good as it was. And I got to make another for his passing. That's true. Death of a Unicorn made me constantly be like, girl, you can accept pure maiden thing is where you drew the line. Anora. Yes, that movie. Anora. Oh, Anora. In the end, I was like, you watch a thing, and this is a perfect example of
Mhm.
you watch a movie competently made, competently written, competently acted. I'm watching this and I telling me that I have to like what's going on, but you didn't. And but the
Mhm.
disliked much. Watch it again. It's watched it. A Safdie brother movie. glad that I was, through something that challenged, but now I never, because I get it.
Right.
And I just thought that everyone was like, it is that lesson telling me that I have to like this person. It's not like all these people. Get like, I think one of the things you can get hung up on is then, well, what's the point? If I don't like these people, then why? And it's like art. That's what the point is. It's art. Somebody got the idea. Somebody pushed activity to the point, and they made it real. And that's what's important. Is that somebody made something, somebody did something, somebody collaboration and made something. Even the worst movies in the world, I'm almost glad they exist, because as bad as Manos: The Hands of Fate is, and as fucked up as I'm sure a lot of like other movie productions are, is just as messed up, they still did it.
It's a miracle anything is made. Really, it is, with the number of things that have to come together. So yeah, anything that actually ends up getting produced or done and comes out is an accomplishment.
Yeah. So
unto itself.
It's like, yeah, I don't purpose like it's not good when I go to the movies. I used to. I'm going to talk about it because I saw it and to make something talk shit about something. I just don't. And I know that like people like hacks like and have got bullied because doesn't want to like give his true honest opinion about like woke culture or something like that. And it's like, no, it's the same thing. It's just like, I want to be about, if I talk negatively about something, it's going to be, I didn't wanting to talk. And I don't know.
I'm just upset that we can't have Coffee's bomb-ass pineapple upside down cake. She really wishes she could share with us. I wish that too. That sounds delicious.
Wait, what? I baked a bomb-ass pineapple upside down cake. Scotch savers. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having some pineapple upside down cake. That's Critical Role is literally the only thing I've kept up with. I am trash at making myself watch shows. The only other thing I saw was the animated Devil May Cry show. Didn't even know there was one. But hey, I mean, that's what I mean is like there's corners of the world where there's just so much there's other kinds of entertainment that I don't even know exist. Just like D&D. It's like I didn't give it a chance until I just one day just did. And then my whole world opened up. So bro, you're older than me and your health is better than mine. You're doing great. I think you're talking about me, but I'm not sure. Either one of us that would work for. I think either of us would be happy to hear that compliment.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Rena says, Succession, one of my faves. I hated them all. Yes. I watched Succession every week, and every week I went, why am I watching this show with people I hate? And that wasn't the point of watching it, though. The point of it was I'm not hate watching it. I'm waiting for like it's still fascinating.
Sure. And there's a payoff that comes with those shows too. Yeah.
Manos, another film made in my hometown. Wow. Man. Well, a lot of stuff gets made down in Texas. Texas is a huge place.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you look at when you look at the driving scenes, the long driving scenes in Manos, yeah, you can definitely tell that's Texas now that you that sounds good. I am making brownies. Oh my goodness. So first pineapple upside down cake.
And brownies.
About brownies.
Well,
warm brownies.
The last thing that I will touch on is what I will be watching as soon as we wrap up here is the final episode of Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, I haven't started doing
which
oh wait, isn't that at the movies?
they're doing it at the movies too, but I think it came live tonight. So get to ring in the new year, watching the rest of the Upside Down gang have their adventures. I've always been a big fan of Stranger Things. I'm excited to see how it all wraps up. So, I think that's a nice way to end the year there. A little bit of adventure.
Yeah. I have goals. I got to work tomorrow, so I mean, this is just another day to me. Like, it took me all day, and even like before the stream was on, I'm like, I was just in that mode of all day work. Got to go do it tomorrow. Nothing changes for me except for the date. Like, the time moves on, but it's gonna be 2026. A whole bunch of things are gonna happen. Bunch of bad shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, just get some good rest.
Happen.
Get
Few
some
good
rest
things might
tonight,
happen. Trying to think of anything else. As far as comics goes, the Ultimate Universe that Marvel made is ending in 2026. It's been fun reading those books. The Absolute Universe with Absolute Batman is still sick. It is awesome. The Batman is just ridiculous. After all these years, they still find a way to get me to read Batman comics, even though I'm like, they hook me. They find a way.
Yeah,
they find a way.
Good.
I keep saying that there's because I'm not I'm kind of on my way. Like, I've been on my way out for a while. I keep saying that, but I think a comic book fan is always a comic book fan, and they're still my heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's outside of talking about the X-Files. Comic book content is the thing that I still want to do more than just about anything else. So when that happens, keep an eye out for more of that stuff. We are always still playing games on here. We just platinumed 3 games in December. No, yeah, 3. We platinumed both Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2.
Nice.
And then we just platinumed Spider-Man for PS5 yesterday, or what's the day before now? We were trying to broadcast it, but it wasn't working out. So right now we're just kind of almost in between games. We are about to start playing, though. We're going back to Baldur's Gate, as we always do. We are going to be doing campaign 6. This is our 6th campaign. We have gotten our money's worth out of this game.
That's awesome.
We've been playing since summer of 2023. We started playing campaign 5 in June and ended about a month or so ago. Now we're gonna do Bell's Hells. We're gonna do campaign 3. The characters are all created. So we'll probably be starting that hell, man. I don't know, man. What time is it? It's too late. I got to work tomorrow. Otherwise, we do it probably tonight. So we'll start doing Bell's Hells campaign 6 in the next couple of days, probably. So we'll get to see all those power sets and all that. I know that I owe everybody a Mighty 9 finale video. It's just been too many things going on this week. And I've stopped with the Critical Role ones for the same reason. Sure. It's a lot, and there's been so much going on in the world and in my life that I'm just barely able to do what I can. And even though Pluribus is over, we're still doing Fallout.
So we got Fallout. Should be tomorrow night. Yep.
Oh, fuck me, running.
Or Friday.
No, we're doing it soon. We're doing it. I'm just, this is what I mean, though. Holy shit, there's still so much going on. So we're doing Fallout on Thursdays. And is that it? Is that really it? Yeah, after I do the mic, there's only that. And then you've got A Night of the Seven Kingdoms on Mark's channel next month.
Right.
And God, what else do we even have? What's coming up? Am I like, how am I blanking on this? So there's some openings for me to do some stuff here. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because there's projects that you and I want to do together again, more special movies like that.
Yeah.
But until we can really as far as what we're talking about, even though I think most of the people in the comment section probably know what kind of
totally.
So yeah, it might be 10 o'clock here and 8 o'clock there. You've got 4 more hours before 2020. It's 11:10 on the East Coast. And if you're somewhere in the Atlantic, it's next year.
It's already next year. You're in the future.
The year 2000.
You get the flashlight going.
Oh, yeah. See, us real weirdos remember 20,
2000. There we go.
So, yeah, that was our little holiday New Year's Eve live stream. No, we did not go to midnight because I'm not staying up till midnight probably.
Yeah.
Okay, because like we said, we're older now. No, it's just that I got shit to do tomorrow. That's really it. I'm sober and I have shit to do. And that's just all there is to it, folks. Otherwise, I would be up with Bill all night long playing video games. Okay? That's what I'd be doing. But instead, I got to go to fucking work. And you know what else? No.
But before we go, I just want to give hats off and congratulations to all of you for surviving 2025. You did it. You got through it.
We did it, everybody.
Oh my God.
All right, now we just gotta, put on some new diapers and get ready to get some new knee pads, elbow pads, metaphorical, of course, unless you really want to roll like that. Start padding up mentally for the next incoming wave of insanity that's coming down the pipe. And so, yeah, thanks everybody that showed up here in the chat. Desi, Rena, Devra, Bill, Mama Bear. I wish was yours. Where's Woodrow? Dang it, Woodrow. See, I'm mentioning you, Woodrow. That way you'll be like, oh shit, I can't miss these. They'll shame.
There you go.
No, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's it. It's good talk, good catching up on the past year, and especially looking at the highlights because, like I said, just congratulations everybody on getting through. Not a small accomplishment.
Yep. All here together as well. After all these years, we're all still here in the same space. And that's really awesome. So we got through the Trump's first term. We got through COVID. We're dealing with this now too. And we've done a lot together and we'll do more. So thanks. Here's to more 2026. And as always, watch out for Nazis.
Nazis. I hate these guys.
To this meeting of the Hub City National Socialist Club.
Oh boy. Nazis.
Yeah, GI. These are Nazis.
Get ready to die, Nazis!
GI?